Hey guys, so I'm just gonna be yapping about the podcasts that I've been listening to for the past month, like the past year or so. Yeah, so the first podcast is the Dogshow Divas podcast by Baus Rufa and McCoy Dubs. It's this podcast by two Filipino queer content creators. And the podcast is nonsensical. It's just humor. It's Filipino humor in the form of a podcast, and it's just you're gonna have to watch it to enjoy it. I can't describe it in a way that would do it justice because it's so funny. The podcast is so funny. The guests they have on is so funny. If you're Filipino and you just want to turn your brain off and like laugh while listen to a podcast for like an hour, I definitely recommend listening to or at least checking out the Dog Show Divas podcast. The two hosts, Makoy Dubs and Bao Sufo. They're so funny. They are so guys. I'm obsessed with them and their humor and the fact that they're gay. Like yes, all the things that I love into one. Two gay people talk about random shit for like an hour. I'm sad. I'm sold. I'm listening. Hell yeah. And to describe it, if you're gonna ask me to describe it, I'd say it's with a lack of a English word. I'm gonna say it's pure kagaguhan, which is a Tagalog word for just search it up. But like, it's just kagaguhan for a whole hour, and it's so amazing. It's so enjoyable, and it's every time I listen to it, I just turn my brain off, and I'm just laughing for a whole hour. I forget to even breathe while laughing. Like it's that good, guys. So yeah. Next is the Drama Mama podcast by Ben of the Week. So I actually just discovered, or I started just watching Ben of the Week's content at the start of this year, and then I discovered he had a podcast channel, just a podcast in general, called the Drama Mama, and ever since then, I've been listening to it every day. Oh my god, it's kind of similar like the hosts of Dog Show Divas. Like they are so entertaining to listen to watch to, that I get hooked. You know, and the Drama Mama podcast is definitely for chronically online people. Chronically online people who are aware that they are chronically online. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like listening to him rant and go on tangents about stuff. It's like watching someone with undiagnosed ADHD, and I say that in the nicest way possible. Yes. So if you're like chronically online or like you're just in the internet a lot, and this man has a funny personality, and I think listening to him, you guys would enjoy it. So yeah, give it a check. Okay, next is the Broski podcast by Brittany Broski. She's been in a hiatus on the podcast around like March, yeah, February, I'm not sure, but like it's until August. She's coming back in August. But like yeah, so I've just been watching like clips and compilations of her previous podcasts that I've episodes that I've listened to. So but yeah, about the podcast, it's just like the Drama Mama podcast. It's like for chronically online people. So in the view of a white woman. No, guys, I promise the podcast is funny. You just gotta listen to it. She talks about real world stuff, internet stuff, her life, what's been going on. It's much like a podcast that you listen to while exploring your 20s, I believe, because she gets into like pretty deep stuff about life, and love, and the world, and alongside being like funny, talking about trending topics, like funny stuff, and it's been really enjoyable. I want her to come back faster. Can it be August already? Because I miss her content. I miss the podcast, guys. Yeah. Okay, next podcast is the Smosh podcast. Um, I like the other creators I've mentioned in this video. I've only like gotten back to Smosh, to watching Smosh this year, and like their podcast is actually so fun. Like if like if you watch Smosh in the past, like growing up, and this podcast is like very chill version of like what you see in Smosh, right? I know not everyone's gonna relate because like I don't know anyone who's my age. I mean, I know a few people who like watches Smosh or who even remembers watching Smosh. But yeah, anyways, the podcast is like sometimes it's like Smosh cast because like Smosh has like a cast of like people you see on camera, apart from like the people behind the scenes. So the Smosh podcast is usually hosted by two of the Smosh casts, and like one guest from the cast that they alternate between them as guests. So yeah, like if I were to describe it, it's like watching two millennials talk about their lives, and that's like interesting to me as a Gen Z, you know. But it offers like a new perspective. Like it's very, very, very chill. It's like very chill. Sometimes the each podcast is different because like they sometimes do like fun games for the whole episode and stuff, and like, it's very funny. And yeah, check it out. Okay, so for the last, this is the last one. How many have I said? Four. So this is gonna be the five. Okay, so this is the fifth one. It's another Filipino podcast by Yani. The podcast's name is Yani Hates You. Actually, it's pronounced yanihatesu, but like in my head, I read it as Yani Hates You. But like that's not it. It's Hatsu, not Hates You. Okay. So what's the difference between the first one, the first podcast I told you guys about, and this one? Well, this one is like more of like our vibe as Filipino Gen Zs. I want to stop saying that word Gen Z. Ew. Who fucking cares? Who cares, right? Anyway, so like, cause like she's a podcaster who's my age. Not really. She's 2 years older, but like she's around my age, and she talks about experiences of people our age, and like it's very relatable. She talks about it uh, around life, love, work, her anxieties, her fears, her wants, her dreams. So yes, when I listen to the podcast or just her content in general, I feel like I'm not alone. Like I'm not the only one going through this. What's new? But yeah, it's a chill listen. She's very chill. She gets real on like the experiences and stuff, and like she gives good advice. She gets good advice from other people, like the people from like her viewers and stuff, and she shares it to the channel or to the podcast. Yeah, and yeah, it's only like been a month since I started listening to her, but I got like so hooked. She's very interesting to watch to listen to. I don't really like watch through the whole podcast. I listen to it, but I don't watch it because like I watch it through video through like YouTube guys. But like I do something else. I put her on in the background, and yeah, because like the other podcasts, I usually like watch it like as a video, like a YouTube video, right? But for this one, it's like I put it on the background. Yeah. So that's it. So that's like the podcasts that I've been listening to for this past year. Will I probably listen to a few more? No, five is enough. Five is a lot. Five is too much. Yes. And what else? I'm giving them free promos. Not that anyone's gonna watch this, but I'm gonna plug them in the description because I don't know. I haven't met a lot of people who listen to podcasts a lot, and I feel like podcasts are like everywhere, but like the good ones, like they're hard to find, guys. I'm gonna be real. They are hard to find. Some of them sound the same, but like the ones I told you about in this video, they're very unique in their own way, and you're not gonna lose anything to give them a listen, because I feel like, to quote what Yani said, the fifth podcaster, she talks about how she doesn't know how to start a podcast and she's operating on vibes. Bitch, me too. I am operating on vibes, and I feel like that's what the rest of the podcasts are doing. Not entirely, but like based on vibes. You know, that's it. Goodbye. Also, I just got this microphone like a few weeks ago, and ever since then, it's been like fun. Small microphones are so fun. I get why people have them all the time. Like you see those content creators with like their microphones on the street. This thing, like it's so fucking tiny, and I'm like it's just so fucking huge. Random thought, just a random thought. Okay, bye.